Come aboard Disney Cruise Line's newest megaship, the Disney Treasure. This ship is filled with secrets and nods to some of my favorite Disney movies, enclosed attractions, current fan favorite attractions. It's a parks-based ship, and I love that. There are so many things you'd miss without knowing what to look for, and we're gonna make sure you are a Disney Cruise Treasure Pro in no time. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. We were lucky enough to be one of the first to sail on this brand new cruise ship, and today we've got a whole bunch of super secret hidden details and tips that you have to seek out if you're cruising on the Treasure, or if you just want to peek at some of the amazing immersive things Disney can create. First up, why you need 45 minutes for the Haunted Mansion Parlor. This is probably hands down the coolest bar I have ever set foot in, and you must plan the right amount of time to spend in here. There's a lot going on and it'll take time to see it all, approximately 30 minutes according to cast members. Now the show runs for about 30 minutes, but there are slight differences in each run, so cast members recommend planning at least 45 minutes if you really want to take it all in. If you sit in the Donald Duck chair, that spooky big chair that kind of looks like Donald Duck, you may hear mysterious ghostly conversations. There are moving portraits in the parlor as well with familiar characters, though they have all met different demises. Take a look at the shelf with sheet music. The lyrics will only illuminate when the chorus to Grim Grinning Ghosts is playing in the lounge. Look back to those portraits because the Captain and Medusa will sing along to this one. Also on that shelf are Constance's handwritten wedding vows that look sweet until blacklight illuminates "Till death do us part" scrawled across the pages. Speaking of Constance, the tap handles here are all her hand with multiple wedding rings. There are several more nods to the ride as well. You'll find a hat box on a side table and a casket in a glass case that shakes while someone screams, "Get me out of here!" There's also that bust of Raleigh Crump, famous Imagineer who worked on the Haunted Mansion. Some of Raleigh's original concepts for the Haunted Mansion centered on a museum of the weird. One of his first weird and spooky ideas was for a melting Candleman character, which is why Raleigh's bust is melting like candle wax. You may even be lucky enough to get chosen to ring the bell when Madame Leota appears behind the bar. One of the bigger pieces in the bar is the haunted fish tank. This is something Imagineers have wanted to bring to life since the 1960s. This is another one of Raleigh's Museum of the Weird concepts. Many of these never made it into the ride, so it's fun to see these original ideas appear somewhere. Now, the parlor tells the story of the captain who joins the ghostly realm after an unfortunate dinner with his fiancée, and you can actually solve the mystery of his murder by searching for clues throughout the room. And no matter where you're sitting in the parlor, you're going to find something interesting to look at or hear. The space was designed so that the sound effects and little details are different in every corner of the room, so you'll have plenty of reasons to return on the 7-night cruise. Oh, and don't forget that secret menu we've already shared with you in previous treasure videos. Just turn the iPad menu vertical to access the puzzle to be able to order the drink. If you find yourself in the atrium at 10 p.m. or midnight, you may get to see the Treasure's Kiss Goodnight. Arabian Nights from Aladdin will play while the atrium's chandelier lights up in various colors from purple to green to blue and orange. The carpet on the stairwell also lights up all the way up to one of the top levels in the atrium with little twinkling lights. The chandelier itself is worth checking out during the daytime as well. It's made up like a Middle Eastern lamp with 6 smaller lanterns around it that have a hidden character detail in each one. They contain either Genie's lamp, Cinderella's slipper, a silhouette of either Mickey or Minnie, Ariel's seashell, or a silhouette of Donald Duck. Now remember, on these mega ships, each floor has a different theme. The theming of the Treasure is all about adventure, and you'll see decor that's inspired by some of Disney's adventure-focused movies like Aladdin, Pocahontas, Encanto, Up, Finding Nemo, Luca, The Lion King, and The Jungle Book. Decks 2, 7, and 8 are Aladdin and Pocahontas themed. Decks 8 and 9 are Encanto and Up themed. Decks 10 and 11 are Luca and Nemo themed. The cabins on these decks will roughly alternate theming between the two films represented on those decks. There may be 2 to 5 of the same themed rooms next to one another, or they may alternate every other. Kind of just depends on the section you're in. We'd recommend choosing your stateroom off of the location you prefer, deck and forward, middle, or aft, rather than necessarily on the theme, but if you have a film you adore, this deck guide can help you narrow it down. Decks 12 and 13 have the concierge suites, which are Lion King themed. There are also several royal suites themed to Disney's big cats, like Bagheera from The Jungle Book or Raja from Aladdin. Deck 14 is home to the super luxe 2-story Epcot suite, which has the most incredible window frost features. You can turn the windows opaque at the touch of a button, and you're going to find this in several of the big multi-room suites on the ship. There are plenty of secrets in this massive suite for the true Epcotians. You will find geodesic patterns everywhere, including the bathroom tile. Figment can be spotted throughout the suite, like in the ceiling lights in the bunk room. There are also 8 Figment figurines throughout the suite. You can also spot books on the bookshelves with Epcot values like create and explore. And look at the artwork right inside the door to see some original Epcot symbols. Now let's head to a few more lounges, starting with Periscope Pub. This lounge is themed to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's a throwback for those of you who've been going to the Disney parks for decades. Features a lot of sea monster tentacles and scuba gear and general vintage submarine vibes, plus an awesome underwater ceiling. The video that creates the underwater ceiling effect is actual water, and it was actually filmed in Epcot in the Seas Pavilion. Unfortunately, the diving helmets and their secrets were not up and running during our cruise, but they will hopefully soon serve up smoky cocktails. Scat Cat Lounge is the Aristocats themed piano bar on the ship, and there are loads of hidden details to find in this small space. If you look closely at the wallpaper, you'll see cats from the film. And the piano has several cat paw prints on it from Thomas O'Malley and Marie. There's even a paw print tribute to the Imagineer's own cat. Across the hall from this lounge is a poster that features all of the Imagineer's cats. This is also where you can find an exclusive cat glass. More on those ship-exclusive glasses and mug souvenirs in just a bit. And Skipper's Society, the bar themed after the world-famous Jungle Cruise, is an homage to the Skippers with several hidden details throughout the lounge. If you've been to Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom, you'll notice some familiar motifs, including those tropical bird chandeliers. There are even Skipper hats serving as lights above the bar, and in the background, you'll hear a radio playing in Dutch, English, French, and Cantonese, the languages for the Jungle Cruises at Disney parks around the world. You can order some tropical-inspired cocktails and even a waffle dessert, which is really good. Keep an eye out for the paddles on the wall with Disneyland and Disney World's opening years, 55 and 71. And the Skipper boat is EMS Empress because the treasure traveled by the EMS River to get to Port Canaveral. Now, the Disney Treasure is the 6th ship to join the Disney Cruise Line fleet, and there's a whole lot more to know than just the secrets we're sharing in this video. That's why we've made our Disney Treasure quick guide for you. This mini guide has everything you need if you're planning to set sail on the treasure, and it's completely free. Just scan the QR code or head to disneyfoodblog.com/treasure to get your free copy sent straight to your inbox. It's really cool to look through, even if you're not sailing on the treasure and you just want to know more about it. Again, totally free. Now let's talk water coasters. While the Aqua Mouse isn't new, it did debut on the Disney Wish, there's a brand new storyline that you'll only find on the treasure for now. The Curse of the Golden Egg is a new cartoon that will be shown during your ride on the Aqua Mouse. The story follows Mickey and Minnie as they search a temple for the golden egg. When they encounter booby traps, you'll get squirted with water. Eventually, this storyline will also debut on the Wish, but for now, it's totally exclusive to the treasure. We always recommend hitting up the Aqua Mouse early, like on day 1 when everyone else is at the lunch buffet, if you can. Otherwise, earlier in the day will be less crowded, or riding during the dinner hour and when everybody's at the shows. Note that this water ride's going to see very long waits during the afternoon and especially on days at sea. This one might not be a treasure-specific secret, but it's one we do not want you to miss. Did you know that you can order a sundae from the ship's sweets shop, in this case Jumbo's Sweets, the Zootopia-themed ice cream parlor, and have them delivered to you at dinner? This is definitely how to make everybody else jealous in the dining room. This goes for any of the restaurants on board, and it's a seriously fun surprise. It's one of those extra cost items. The sweets shops are not included in your set cruise price, but this is one upgrade that can make a big impact for not a huge price tag. You can surprise somebody to celebrate, you can have a treat yourself night. It's just plain fun. Another cross-cruise tip that we can't let you leave this video without is a way to get free coffee. Yep, that regular drip coffee is going to be included in your cruise fee, but those specialty lattes and cappuccinos will not. However, there is a way to score some free drinks if you're a big caffeine fiend. You can grab a stamp card at any of the coffee bars on board, Cove Cafe, Hey Hey Cafe, or Jade Cricket, fill up the stamp card with coffee purchases, and get your next one free. The lounges on the Treasure offer some really fun and unique souvenirs if you collect tiki mugs or glassware from your travels. Haunted Mansion Parlor offers 2 mugs, the Sea Captain and the Siren. Scat Cat Lounge has those cat glasses that come along with your drink because otherwise people would totally be stealing these. Skipper Society has a tiki mug of that specialty Jungle Cruise boat for this particular lounge. Even Worlds of Marvel offers a Pim Particle or Pim Particle enlarged Coke can sipper. There's also that sundae bowl you can purchase at Jumbo's Sweets. When you're in Jumbo's Sweets grabbing that sundae bowl, look for the newly installed tiny door and tube just for the lemmings to enter the shop. Now, Worlds of Marvel might exist on 2 Disney Cruise Line ships, but the Treasure is the only ship where you'll get to see the Groot remix. You'll still get to experience the Ant-Man and the Wasp themed show that is the same one that's on the Wish, as you'll dine here more than once on your 7-night cruise, but there's also this new Groot show to experience now. This is a lot more interactive than the original show, with trivia throughout your dinner that you can answer using the Pim Particle located on your table. The menu on your Night 2 dinner will also be a bit different. The menus for the Night 1 dinners at 1923 and Worlds of Marvel are very similar to the menus you'll find on the Wish, but Night 2 you'll have a whole bunch of new offerings to choose from, like chicken satay and peri peri chicken at Worlds of Marvel, so you don't get bored. Totally unique to the Disney Treasure is one of the other rotational dining rooms, Plaza de Cuba. You'll be able to see 2 different dinner experiences on your 7-night cruise. On your first night, Miguel and the Town Mariachis entertain with lively song and dance. Then on the second night, the plaza transforms into a fun-filled Dia de los Muertos celebration with Mama Coco, Abuelita, and the rest of the Rivera family. The creators of the restaurant recommend the chicken mole, empanadas, carnitas, and the chocolate tart, and we have to agree. This is one detail we are so glad they brought over from the Wish. First off, every single cabin on the Disney Treasure is going to have the split bathroom design. This is a signature element on Disney cruises that you won't find on many other cruise lines. In one room is your toilet and sink, and the other has a shower and sink. This is a great design when you're sharing a room with the family. But a little element that you'll appreciate in the middle of the night are the night lights. Instead of needing to flip on an abrasive overhead light at 2 a.m., the Disney Treasure offers a soft night light to protect your eyes. Now, this pool is located on all your ship maps, so it's not completely a secret, but it is so often uncrowded and it is so hard to find that it certainly feels like a secret. There are over 10 pools on the Disney Treasure, but if you want quiet, you want to head to the very front of the ship on deck 14. This pool is separated from most of the other pools on board, and it's far from that big screen playing movies throughout the day, so it's much quieter and much less crowded. Great for those super sensors who might get overwhelmed by the main pool deck. It's likely going to be even less crowded than the adults only pool at the back of the ship, so it's worth a stop if you want to take a dip, but not a dip in people soup. This one is still close to the Currents bar if you want to grab a fruity cocktail to take your relaxing up a notch. Okay, it's Disney, so you'd expect the things geared towards kids to be absolutely mind-blowingly cool, right? Seriously, most kids are going to want to spend almost all their time in the kids' clubs on the ship. The Oceaneer Club is for kids ages 3 to 12 with Marvel Superhero Academy, Fairy Tale Hall, Walt Disney Imagineering Lab, Star Wars Cargo Bay, and Mickey and Minnie Captain's Deck. Kids will love the slide entrance to the Oceaneer Club. I know I do. But if you thought exploring those areas was where the cool ends in the Oceaneer Club, you would be wrong, because my favorite detail is actually in the bathrooms. Each stall has a different character on the door, but when you open that door, the tile work in each will match up to the character on the door. Not only that, but there are several different sized toilets, depending on how big you are, and it's just a fun Imagineering detail that has a big what's behind this door mystery to it. Only the kids get to experience it unless you swing by during an open house or are lucky enough to get walked through this area by the Disney team when it's closed, like we did. So this one's going to be for any cruise that stops at Castaway Cay or Lighthouse Cay, but we fully got to experience the workings of this tip for ourselves on our cruise on the Treasure. The night before your stop at the island, your rotational dining server will be able to provide you with an allergy-friendly menu for Castaway Cay that you can order your meal from to have it ready the next day at Cookie's Barbecue or Cookies 2 Barbecue at a specified time. You can also request menus for the other rotational dining meals and pre-order your meals so you won't have to wait on the night of your dinner. You'll be able to mark on your cruise check-in whether or not someone in your party has an allergy, but you can also speak with your server on night 1 to be set up with safe meals for the rest of your cruise. Cruise ships can be confusing to navigate, and while there are maps posted by the elevators, there are a few other clues to help you get where you're going. The stairwells on either side of the ship are different colors. The aft stairwell is blue, the forward stairwell is orange. And if you're in the middle of a hallway and not sure if you're headed toward the correct side of the ship, just look down. Each floor is going to have a different marker that will point you toward the front of the ship. On deck 6 and 7, the Pocahontas and Aladdin-themed floors, you'll see scarab beetle designs in the carpet. On decks 8 and 9, Up and Encanto themes, you'll see butterflies. Decks 9 and 10, Luca and Nemo themes have fish. Each of those critters will always be facing toward the front of the ship, so just follow the bugs. And of course, don't forget to rub the lamp. This is totally a DFB created secret, but it's what you do with a genie lamp, right? Alongside the statue of Aladdin and Jasmine in the atrium is the genie's lamp. If you look closely, you'll spot a hidden Mickey, and I'm just saying, it's probably really good luck for your vacation if you go ahead and rub that lamp once you get on board. The Disney Treasure will be sailing on 7-night Caribbean cruises for its inaugural season, at least through May 2026, and we are so excited to have brought you on board with us. If you want even more info about the Treasure, because we got a lot, be sure to pick up our free guide to this new ship at disneyfoodblog.com/treasure. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.